breaking news is a massive fire that started on top of the Daniel Carter Beard Bridge, 471, then spread down to the Sawyer Point Playground underneath. I'm Adrian Whitsett alongside 9 First Warning meteorologist Cameron Harden, who's doing double duty here and showing us how to get around what is now a massive traffic headache because 471 is shut down on both the north and southbound sides. So we've got to figure out some of the detours over there right now. We're hearing from the assistant fire chief who's down there right now. RJ Shakur has been down on the ground. We want to get right to that so we can get an update.
We're getting ready to go live.
Right. Are you
coming?
all
Yeah,
taking
we're
live?
going out
Yeah.
right now.
Okay.
Tell me when you're ready. Good morning. My name is Matt Flagler, F like Frank, L-A-G-L-E-R, Assistant Fire Chief, Cincinnati Fire Department. This morning at about 3:30 a.m., we had fire companies dispatched to multiple locations, both under and on the I-471 bridge. We had different reports. Some reports said a car fire, some reports said an outdoor fire. The initial arriving unit for us was our Cincinnati Engine 5 from over the Rhine, and they found a fire in what is a very large playground structure that's underneath the I-471 bridge. It's part of the Sawyer Point Smale Park complex. That playground was heavily involved in fire, and the fire actually transmitted to the bridge structure of the I-471 bridge. There's some netting and some equipment underneath that bridge that also caught on fire. The fire to the playground was extinguished relatively quickly by the firefighters. However, the fire that was on the bridge is pretty complex, and it has done some damage to the structural steel that's on that bridge. So we have closed the I-471 bridge right now in both directions. We're working with both the Ohio Department of Transportation and the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet right now, making an assessment of that bridge. I don't have any timelines for you on how long that's going to take. We're working with those engineers right now. The bridge itself remains closed in both directions, probably through the morning rush hour at least, and then we'll let everybody know. The current steps is to work with those engineers to make sure we can complete the extinguishment of the fire safely, and then to look at next steps for the engineers and the construction company. There was a contractor that was doing work on the Kentucky side of the bridge. They were not impacted by this, and we don't think they had played any role in that right now. We don't know the cause of the fire. The fire is under investigation, and we don't have any injuries at this time, although we're making a good assessment here. We have some unhomed people that live in this area. We do not know if they were affected yet, and we'll continue our assessment with them in the daylight.
And so you're saying there was 2 different fires and it's all under investigation. There were reports that a car went off the bridge and a bunch of different things.
Yeah, there was one fire, and it was the fire to this playground complex. But because of the nature of the fire in the dark, people called 911 and gave us different reports, but we believe it was completely isolated to the underneath the bridge area.
So the fire caused damage to the bridge. Does it remain closed because it is unsafe to drive on?
We do not know if it's unsafe or not. We're having engineers from the Department of Transportation make that assessment, but to be, completely safe, we wanted to close the bridge until we can make a good assessment with those engineers.
And just for viewers that are just now joining us, you said 2 fires under the bridge and on top of the bridge.
There was one fire, and it was under the bridge. It transmitted onto the bridge. It caught the bridge decking itself on fire from underneath. So it's the same fire, it just extended upward.
The big question, obviously, this is time people go to work. What is your message right now to any of the commuters who take this bridge or just in general?
Yeah, plan ahead. Both ODOT and Kentucky Transportation Cabinet are putting out good information on detours at this point. So just plan ahead and take your time, but I-471 is closed in both directions all the way through the morning rush for sure.
How tricky is it to navigate a fire like this?
It was complex because we had a multiple level fire. It required a response of almost 60 firefighters to the scene. It's a lot of work, but we're prepared to do what we need to do to help the public.
And no injuries?
No injuries, yes, so far.
Any leads on what started this fire?
No, our fire investigators are on scene. We're taking a good look right now, but we won't know anything until later today.
So no timelines right now?
No timelines yet.
Was that a truck of some sort underneath there that was burning? Or?
Not to my knowledge. Right now we think it was just the playground structure. In daylight we'll get some more imagery and we'll get a little bit better understanding of exactly what happens.
Explosions were?
I do not know.
Is there a lot of trees around this playground too that caught fire?
There's some vegetation in that. I don't know how much was impacted there or not.
Are you able to paint the picture of what this looked like? We're getting a lot of reports.
Yeah.
It was quite the sight.
It was quite a bit of fire just because it was outside and was spread out over a wide area. It looked pretty dramatic when the first arriving fire companies got on the scene.
Chief, Flagler?
That's right, yes.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right,
All right.
thank you.
Yep. Let me see, I'll show you a still or two. That was on one of the
All right, we're going to go ahead and
arriving.
come back here to traffic. Fire chief giving us some great information there about how everything transpired, but his main message is 471, it's shut down, and it will be shut down at least throughout the morning. Who knows how much longer after that. But this commute is going to be I would say disaster is a pretty good way to put it, just because so many other issues are going to start popping up. So the fire obviously right there near the Big Mac entrance from Ohio into Kentucky, or the Daniel Carter Beer Bridge, whichever one you want to call it. So there's other bridges that you are able to take. If you're not super familiar with the area, you've got the Taylor Southgate Bridge. I feel like that, which is usually underutilized, will not be the case today. You're going to have people from the northern or the southern half of the area in northern Kentucky come through Newport and try to go through that. You'll be able to make it through there. It's just going to be a slow go of it. You've also got the Roebling. You're not allowed to have semis on that. At least you're not supposed to. So hopefully you're not going to have too much of a backup on that. But obviously then getting through the downtown area, getting back on to 71 or 75, whichever way you're trying to go, that'll be a slow go of it. You've got the Brent Spence. Cutting the Hill will be very jam-packed as a way around 275, so that could be a slow go of it. I would say if you're able to get to the Clay Wade Bailey Bridge without kind of getting off the interstates, that will be a great alternative to, again, get you back onto your main areas so you can get back to where you need to go. But even though this is centered right here, this will impact a lot of the 275 loop, and the areas inside of it should be a slow go. But here is a live look. They do have obviously both sides closed. Up until about 30 minutes ago, you still had cars trying to divert, get back, going the opposite way down the ramp there into Bellevue. Luckily, everybody's been cleared from that. They're now finding other ways, as you will have to do for your morning commute.